Trucks are an essential mode of transportation worldwide, playing a critical role in commerce, industry, and infrastructure. As we have explored in great detail, trucks from different countries vary significantly in their designs, costs, safety measures, and many other aspects. From Japan's sleek and efficient trucks to the sturdy and robust trucks of the United States, there is a wide range of options. So whether you're a truck enthusiast or just curious about the differences, discover the fascinating world of international trucking with us. Trucks from the United States tend to be larger and more potent than trucks from other countries. American trucks are designed to handle long-distance highway travel, focusing on hauling heavy loads over long distances. As a result, they are typically equipped with powerful engines and heavy-duty construction materials like steel. They also tend to have larger payloads than trucks from other countries. On the other hand, trucks from Japan are designed for navigating narrow city streets and tight spaces. As a result, they tend to be smaller and more maneuverable than American trucks. Japanese trucks are also designed with fuel efficiency in mind, which has led to the use of lightweight materials like aluminum and composites. When it comes to precisely the development and production processes, the development process for trucks can vary depending on the country and the manufacturer. Generally, the process begins with research and design, prototyping and testing, and production. This is getting real intense. What do you think about this? In the research and design stage, manufacturers will gather information on the most demanding features and specifications. They will also consider the regulations and laws of the country where the truck will be sold. This information is then used to create a blueprint for the truck. During production, the materials used in the truck will vary depending on the country and manufacturer. For example, in the United States, trucks are typically made with steel frames and aluminum cabs. In Europe, trucks may be made with lighter weight materials such as carbon fiber to improve fuel efficiency. The production process's outcome is a truck tailored to the specific needs and regulations of the country in which it will be sold. This can lead to significant differences in the design, materials used, and overall performance of trucks from different countries. For example, trucks from Japan are known for their high-quality engines and advanced safety features, such as automatic braking systems. Trucks from Sweden are known for their focus on safety and efficiency, with features such as lane departure warnings and adaptive cruise control. American trucks are often larger and more powerful, with features such as heavy-duty towing capabilities and spacious cabs. Different countries have their regulations and standards for safety. For instance, trucks manufactured in the United States must have safety features such as airbags, anti-lock braking systems, electronic stability control, and tire pressure monitoring systems. In addition, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration sets strict guidelines for truck manufacturers to ensure that their vehicles meet specific safety standards. Trucks from Europe are subject to strict safety regulations, which has led to the development of advanced safety features like lane departure warnings and automatic emergency braking systems. European trucks are also designed with fuel efficiency in mind, focusing on alternative fuels like diesel and natural gas. They are often made with composite materials like carbon fiber and fiberglass, which are solid and lightweight. Similarly, in Japan, manufacturers must comply with strict safety regulations set by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism. These regulations include requirements for vehicle design, including headlights, turn signals, and side mirrors. Japanese trucks are also designed with safety features such as automatic emergency braking and lane departure warning systems. The cost of trucks varies greatly depending on the country of origin and the specific make and model. Trucks from developed countries such as the United States, Japan, and Europe tend to be more expensive than those from developing countries. This is due to several factors, including higher labor costs, more stringent safety and environmental regulations, and the use of higher quality materials and components. In the United States, for example, the average cost of a new pickup truck can range from $20,000 to $60,000 or more, depending on the brand and features. Japanese brands such as Toyota and Nissan also offer high-quality trucks that can be pretty expensive. European brands such as Mercedes-Benz and Volvo also produce luxury trucks that can cost significant money. On the other hand, trucks from developing countries such as China and India tend to be more affordable. This is because labor costs are generally lower in these countries, and there may be fewer safety and environmental standards and regulations. However, these trucks' quality and reliability may be lower than those from developed countries. Japanese trucks are typically more affordable but may have a different level of power or payload capacity than American trucks. European trucks can be expensive due to their construction's advanced safety features and composite materials. It's important to note that a truck's cost is determined by its country of origin and the specific features and components it has. For example, a truck with advanced safety features such as collision detection and lane departure warning systems will be more expensive than one without these features. Another factor that can affect the cost of a truck is the type of fuel it uses. Trucks that run on diesel fuel tend to be more expensive than those that run on gasoline or other alternative fuels. This is because diesel engines are generally more complex and require more advanced technology. There are so many aspects of the differences between trucks that are too interesting. Fuel efficiency is also one of the most critical aspects. Different countries have different regulations and standards for fuel efficiency, which can influence the designs of their trucks. For example, strict emissions regulations in Europe have led to the development of more fuel-efficient trucks. These trucks often have smaller engines and are designed to be as aerodynamic as possible, with features such as sloping front ends and side skirts to reduce wind resistance. In contrast, trucks in the United States tend to have larger, more powerful engines, which can sacrifice some fuel efficiency for greater towing capacity and hauling power. However, newer models of American trucks are being designed with fuel efficiency in mind, with features such as advanced aerodynamics, engine technologies, and hybrid or electric options. Japanese trucks are also highly fuel efficient, with many models featuring hybrid or electric powertrains. Japanese manufacturers strongly emphasize environmental responsibility, which has led to the development of some of the most fuel-efficient trucks on the market. Trucks from different countries can vary significantly. American trucks often have fewer safety features than trucks from Europe or Japan, although this is changing with the introduction of new safety regulations. Japanese trucks are often designed with advanced safety features like lane departure warnings and automatic emergency braking systems. European trucks have some of the most advanced safety features in the world, focusing on protecting drivers and passengers in the event of a crash. The durability of the trucks should also be discussed. Durability is an essential factor in trucks, especially for those in the commercial industry. Countries use various materials to ensure their trucks are durable and withstand harsh conditions. For example, American trucks often have steel frames and aluminum bodies, making them highly durable and able to carry heavy loads for long distances. On the other hand, Japanese trucks often use lighter materials, such as high-strength steel and carbon fiber, to ensure durability while maintaining fuel efficiency. Moreover, manufacturers also take measures to increase the durability of their trucks. For instance, some trucks are designed with reinforced frames, while others use advanced suspension systems to improve stability and reduce wear and tear on the truck's components. These measures help ensure the trucks are reliable and can handle harsh conditions for an extended period. Now comes the side which you guys must have been thinking about. Can you guess it? It is about the capacities of the trucks. Trucks from different countries also differ in their capacities, which refers to the maximum amount of weight they can carry. The capacity of a truck is determined by several factors, including its size, dimensions, and the strength of its components. American trucks, for example, are known for their high payload capacities ranging from 1,500 pounds to over 30,000 pounds. This is partly due to these trucks' heavy-duty frames and suspensions. On the other hand, European trucks typically have lower payload capacities, ranging from 3,000 to 20,000 pounds. However, they make up for this with their maneuverability and efficiency, which make them ideal for navigating narrow city streets. Japanese trucks are designed for a balance between payload capacity and fuel efficiency. They generally have payloads ranging from 2,000 to 20,000 pounds and are often equipped with efficient diesel engines. Meanwhile, Australian trucks are designed for heavy-duty applications, such as mining and agriculture, and can carry payloads of up to 400,000 pounds. There are still so many things to discuss, but it is enough for more facts. Stay tuned for more mind-blowing facts.